So, breaking updates coming in of the mortal remains of the victims of the Vietnam boat tragedy arriving in India. So, the mortal remains of the victims of the tragedy have arrived in the country, and the last rites will be performed tomorrow. So, the mortal remains have arrived in Chennai as well. Now, the officials from the government are also currently there at the airports to show their solidarity. Mayank getting us the update. Mayank, it was an unfortunate tragedy. These were tourists from India who had visited Vietnam, but that joyride, that speedboat turned out to be fatal for so many Indians. Now their mortal remains being brought back to the country.
So sad, actually. The people who had gone for tourism actually coming back as body bags, or in state of death without. So what happened actually when a large wave which had hit their boat, it had capsized, and as per the reports, there had been that the people were not wearing their vests, which are life-saving vests in this case, and thus many of them were drowned, but also there were people who were saved. And this was a group from the parts of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and even Andhra Pradesh, Telangana in that case. So what we see is actually people have been brought together by the carrier from the Vietnam, and these now will be, the bodies will be sent to their native places, wherein the last rites might be taking place, Pratibha.
Okay.
So it is really sad the way the things have changed for them,
yes,
who had gone for a tourism.
Yes, they went for a trip, they went for a joyride, and now returning in caskets. Extremely unfortunate. Akanksha is also live with us. And Akanksha, it has raised a lot of concerns because there are a lot of tourists from India who go to Vietnam, and the questions on whether it was lapses from the authorities in Vietnam that led to this unfortunate incident.
Oh, absolutely. And much of those questions remain unanswered. As Mayank was saying, these were people who went on a junket, and, to have their bodies back in body bags is deeply, deeply tragic for the families to see their loved ones like that. 10 of them hailing from the state of Tamil Nadu, 3 of them, in fact, hailing from Andhra Pradesh, and 2 of them from Kerala. The state governments are constantly in touch with the Indian Embassy in Hanoi and the Consul General's office in Ho Chi Minh City. They've been consistently engaging with the bereaved families ever since this tragic incident happened on Saturday, remember, at Phu Quoc Island. Now, Phu Quoc Island in Vietnam has become a very popular tourist destination site, not just because it allows a visa-free travel, it's also just 5 hours away. And why did this boat operator even venture into the sea when the waters were so choppy? That's a question that authorities will have to raise with the government of Vietnam as well.
Yes, and since it was a closed-style boat, there were so many passengers, so many tourists who were trapped inside. Akanksha, thank you for joining us with those updates. With that, we're slipping into a short break here. We'll be right back.